All right, rundown. Last one, I believe, until after the break, June 29th. We're nearing July. Jeff D. Lowe, Pat, and Glenny Balls coming at you. Sponsored by, I got the Rainbow Warrior behind me, NASCAR. First ever street race in the heart of Chicago coming up insane. I am working. I've always liked NASCAR. Working at Barstool's made me like NASCAR more. I think the three of us we've all done some NASCAR stuff. It's racing in the streets of Chicago is one of the coolest concepts. Biggest names in NASCAR battling out on Sunday, the 2nd of July. 100 laps in NASCAR Cup Series inaugural Grant Park 2020. Drivers be tested, unprecedented 12-turn Chicago street course running through iconic Grant Park. 2-day music festival featuring Chainsmokers, Miranda Lambert, Black Crowes, Charlie Crockett. Street race starting 5:30 Eastern, NBC. Check it out. Also, check out our NASCAR podcast, Large Spider. Crazy stuff. Racing through Chicago is awesome. I'm jealous of everyone who's attending that. Also, jealousy. Before we get into topics, Glenny, you were a fill-in, very lucky fill-in after flights backed out of the Bussin Beer Olympics in Nashville. That looked insane.
It looked nuts.
It was a blast, dude. It was so much fun. Let me tell you though, you guys have both drank with me a good amount. I don't drink beer anymore.
I know.
It was a lot of beer. It
That's
was a lot of cold ones.
Over under 20 beers on the day.
Beer, including like all alcohol, because I did bring other beverages with me. It had to be. I mean, we really started with a 3-beer chug,
Oh my gosh.
which I was hyped. There was 12 teams. Me and Dana finished 5th in the 3-beer chug, which I was
That's great.
very happy about. But then we literally started with 3 beers.
Where'd you finish overall?
I don't even know. It got kind of hazy at the end.
Yeah.
it looked really heated in many spots too.
I know it was. You mean like heated, like the game's getting heated, or the temperature? Because it was also fucking hot. Well, Taylor wants pool though, unbelievable.
That was his house.
Yeah, his pool was out of this world. I mean, a beautiful house overall, but pool insane. But yeah, it got fucking heated. We didn't really know how the scoring worked. We were just there. We did decent in Pong. I think we finished 4th in Pong.
Dave quote tweeted it too. You played Will and Pong, and the fucking ref was over there hugging Will after a shot.
No, it was fun though. It was a great day. But it was a lot of fucking beer. I couldn't believe how much beer it was.
The best clip that I saw, at least with you and Dana, was right when you guys had a tough time it's like you got like George Kittle the fourth, but all these big time NFL guys and music stars like Jelly Roll was that like and, and it was you and Dana just rolling in with like 2 shopping bags full of stuff. Just a day.
I ordered DoorDash. I ordered like waters of DoorDash from DoorDash that morning, and I just brought alcohol in that DoorDash bag. My receipt was still attached to it. But that was definitely the highlight of the day. Beating Kittle and Buckner in beer pong was the highlight. We did beat them straight on, which was big.
Oh my god!
Were there any
awesome.
unexpected good performances? Like anyone who was there who could really drink, who you weren't expecting could drink?
I mean, I got to give credit to Callie, Hardy's wife, drank all day and drank probably up there one of the most people drank because Hardy and Callie made it to the finals in Flip Cup and the finals in Pong. Or the second finals in Pong. They went so far in both of those, so they were drinking so much.
Dude, I saw you drink. I know that you like hate to drink beer just because you don't like the carbonation or whatever. I saw you with the initial 3-beer chug, the look on your face, and I have forced you to chug a beer before, and I've seen that look, and I could just tell how much you hated every second that I was like.
I mean, honestly, there was so many nerves. There was a lot of nerves. Like I didn't want to be the worst. Obviously, I don't want to be the worst, and I haven't chugged a beer in so long. It was very intimidating. Like I think I'm a good drinker. I'm a good marathon drinker, but like just straight up chugs, I'm not good at.
Dude,
and then you got Luan. He did it in 4.23 seconds.
Jeez, and also these guys are so competitive.
Seconds.
Like you forget these are professional athletes. Like it is like, oh, it's fun. It's a competition. It's drinking. It's like, no. These guys want to win and they want to have, which why I love when Will pushed that guy off of Taylor in the corner. I was like, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
It was fun. It was a great day. I mean, a lot of shit talk. I just saw someone tell me on Twitter, one of the guys from Midland, they're a country band. They were there. And he was just saying how much what the biggest shit talking thing he saw from the day. I forgot about this. I literally just saw this video.
Morning after the Beer Olympics. here in Nashville. A few thoughts. One is that I do believe that Midland walked so that everybody else could run. There was a few discrepancies in the rules that Midland was on the discovery end of. I hope next year we have more visibility into the rules. But with that said, I don't want to take away from the incredible display of athleticism and endurance by the winners of Beer Olympics, George Kittle and his teammate Buck, and second place going to Taylor Luan and Will Compton, who really did battle it out. I want to also shine a light on a very special moment that happened yesterday. There was a lot of trash talking. Some of the best in the world were there talking shit, and I have to give the gold medal to Will Compton, who said that Glenny balls looked like somebody's pet. I thought that was incredibly inventive and very funny.
At one point, Will Compton called me a domesticated animal, which is maybe the meanest thing anyone's ever said. like I'm just a house pet. I'm not even a wild animal. I'm just a house pet.
That's right. You and Bert Kreischer hanging out in the pool. Yeah, it looked like a...
Yeah, we and Bert were just in the pool all day. It was great. The pool was phenomenal.
Looked like a good
One thing I will give Taylor Luan credit, obviously, a beautiful house, like I said. I love when there's a pool, but it's the centerpiece of the yard.
Mm-hmm.
So, and whenever we were in, I still felt like we were involved, It didn't feel like we were all alone. It was great.
God, just nuts.
That's why I like the level of insight into placement of the pool at house. You've been at so many houses, you know where the placement is ideal.
Well, one of my buddies who is a little loaded, lives out on Long Island. I always say he's got a beautiful backyard, but there's pools in the back left of the yard. And then whenever I go in, no, but Stu has a very secluded pool. And it's friggin' I'd rather it be the centerpiece of the yard. It was
I'm
good.
with you.
Stu, if you're listening,
Taylor Luan has maybe the best design house I've ever been to. It's beautiful.
If you're watching, Stu, rip up the pool, redo it.
No, it's just that, like, if you go to Stu's house, I guess the party, there's like the party area, then I would say the pool area is off to the side. So if you want to be in the pool, more than most likely you're not going to be with everybody.
Crazy busing, drinking stuff. Those guys, they're fucking. I mean, Will is. They're all nuts. Will is especially nuts, and I mean that.
It was so much beer. It was worth it. It was
worth it. Glenny's a drinker too. I mean, Glenny not hung out at the Jersey Shore last year.
I could drink with the best.
But he's
not a beer guy.
He's a shot of vodka, then a high noon guy though.
Yeah, so I retired from beer. That was my first soiree back into beer in a long time, but it was fun, man. I love playing flip cup. Played beer ball. Never really done that. That was fun.
Beer ball is a blast.
What's beer ball? It's where you just chug a beer ball.
Basically, you and your teammate. There's two cans on the other side, and you have to throw the ping pong ball, and if it hits off the can, in the amount of time it takes the opposing team to get the ball and put it back on the table, you have to drink, and then the first team done with your drinks wins.
Got it.
Yeah, beer ball is fun. I know people love beer die and all that, but I'm a beer ball guy. Fun. Suck at it. Always lose. Not athletic. Shouldn't be a shocker. Anyway, that's what a good fellas drinking talk here. Barstool Sports.
Really, I mean, yeah, it was a great fellas day.
Yankees. We got a Red Sox fan, a Mets fan, and a Guardian fan. Let's talk some Yankees. 24th perfect game in baseball history last night. Happened on the West Coast though, so I mean, I don't know. Anyone paying attention? I
tuned in. I just saw the tweets at like midnight.
That's true. I will say that's I guess congrats to Yankee fans. I guess A's are one of the worst teams in the history of baseball. Though the Royals are sneaky worse. I forget where they are right now, but the Royals are like just as bad.
I think they're like 22-57.
If I get a notification on my phone that like Apple TV sends, they'll be like, "Hey, no hitter alert." I do tune in always. Like I'll pull it up. Like I will pull it up, and I kind of, even though no hitters have lost their loss.
No hitters are cool. Who cares now? It's all perfect game. I mean, it was cool to watch, but then again, like you said, West Coast against the worst team in baseball, who like didn't have that much juice. Then the saddest part was this morning. I think Sportsbook kept retweeting it. They were friggin' saying how it should have been the 25th perfect game, and just watching that video of Galarraga, it's just tough every time you see it.
Also, no Michael K either. He wasn't on the call. It's Ryan Rucco, I think he say his name. Great call, by the way, of the perfect game, but no Michael K. He didn't get any. I just feel like it was weird when I pulled it up and didn't hear that classic Yes Network voice. NHL Draft. Chicago took Connor Bedard #1. Congrats.
Hard for Bedard.
Yeah, congrats to all Chicago people. That's a big deal. He was basically actually it was a pretty loaded draft, I know, but I obviously the number one pick was maybe not on Wembenyama territory, but it was a huge deal. Bedard's supposed to be a
I would
stud.
say it's pretty close to Wembanyama territory.
Yeah, put it in hockey. You're a bit. I mean, I'm a hockey guy, but I'm like pretty much my team, and I follow everything else pretty.
I mean, listen, I mean, I
I
guess hockey historically, if you look at the top picks, they're usually most of the time pretty damn good. I mean, the Rangers, Lafreniere's not that great, but most of the time the number one picks are pretty damn good. And then Bedard is pretty much, to my knowledge, is right there with Crosby and McDavid. In terms
Pat,
of, he's
Pat
like
as a Boston guy, you're the biggest Bruins guy in the office, so that's all you.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely the biggest
Bigger
Bruins
than
fan in
fights,
the office.
bigger than yeah.
I'd tap in bigger than Marina, bigger than fights. I'd tap in either of them. My only
You Dave.
here I saw the Eddie. I didn't realize how big of a deal this kid was until I saw the photo like with Eddie and Chief and him. He looks like he's 16 years old. Like hockey players get drafted so young.
they do. They're 17, 18.
That's insane.
But he also he looks, it's crazy that he's going to skate on the ice with because you look at some of the vets, even someone like your guy Glenny Lundqvist. Congrats by the way to Henrik Lundqvist. But even Lundqvist, he was still playing how many years ago? 3-4 years ago?
He was people forget he played one of the COVID games. We got our asses kicked.
That's crazy to think that someone like Bedard will be on and I know it's whatever, it's sports, there's young guys all the time, but even young NBA players, they still look like older dudes, right? They look like they're much older. We're you're right, hockey guys look like kids on the ice with some of these older NHL players, and older NHL players look like they've been in the league for 1,000 years.
Well, I mean, you don't realize how friggin' they you just said they're so young. I mean, I recently looked. I was looking at Michael Del Zotto, used to be in the Rangers. Michael Del Zotto's 34 years old. He's been in the NHL since I was in grade school. I don't even know if he's still in the NHL, but just I think he's literally only 34.
Dude, look, you see Phil Kessel holding up the cup this year. It's it's insane. It's these guys been around forever.
Yeah, I mean they're literal children.
This guy he looks like a Barstool Chicago intern. It's they just threw a jersey.
It's that, and then it's crazy when you hear that guy Michkov that I think the Flyers drafted last night. All these kids, they're literally children, and this guy's playing in the KHL. He's a 17-year-old child playing against 30-year-old Russian men. It's fucking wild.
NHL to the biggest news, though. This is the biggest news.
Yes.
This is the one I'm most excited about. Vanna White apparently holding out 50% of Pat Sajak's Wheel of Fortune salary. So here's the deal. Pat Sajak retired. Vanna White hired a lawyer, said she wouldn't return to the show unless she makes half what Pat Sajak was making. And he made $15 million a year, which to the credit of Vanna White, that's fair. She is an icon. Vanna White is probably, now Mount Rushmore's tough because it's only a few slots, but if you tiered television icons, Vanna White is probably S tier. I think you'd have a hard time arguing otherwise. She's almost you could almost argue she's more just because of the turning of the letters and everything. I like Vanna. I will know. I don't know if you guys are wheel watchers. My family, a big wheel watch family. Vanna White did not do a good job when she was filling in for Pat Sajak hosting. She was not a good host. And she didn't get it. Ryan Seacrest got it. Ryan Seacrest now hosting his 90th show on TV. Though he did drop
hosting Wheel of Fortune now.
Yeah, he did. He dropped Ryan and Kelly.
Wait, is he doing it? He's the official host now?
Yes. And no one knows how much money he's making, which is Ryan Seacrest makes $28 million a year. Conservative estimate from all his shit, which is why I am good for Vanna for lawyering up. She was making $3 million a year. She hasn't gotten a raise since 2005. I would argue that Vanna is easily half as important. She wants half of the salary that Sajak was making. So she wants $7.5 million. I think she should have went for more, considering Ryan Seacrest is probably going to be making more than Pat Sajak. But I would argue that she's half as important.
I'd say more.
The host, right? I mean, she's iconic.
I'd be curious if you broke down the screen time of Wheel of Fortune. Pat is off to the side during all the guessing of the letters, right? He's not intermixed. He only does that in between. And Pat's a very good host. He is for sure S tier as well. I'd say they're both S tier television icons.
Isn't he kind of a dick though? People don't really like Sajak.
Yeah, some people don't like Sajak.
Clem hates Sajak.
Yeah. Some people don't like Pat Sajak. He does have some iconically.
I don't know why.
Yeah, stuff from that show. But She dominates screen time because she turns every letter, or now she touches the screen. By the way, I wish they brought back the turning of the letter physically. I hate that it's the screen, but she's on it more than anyone. And so if he's making 15 mil, she's making 3. She has more screen time. She should be making more money. Speaks less, but she's on the screen more.
And I also think too, like so they're not completely overhauling the entire show. Like they still want it to remain Wheel of Fortune. And I think Vanna White is a very key component of it remaining Wheel of Fortune. So she should fucking leverage that. If she wants 7.5, she should have said, give me 15, give me what Sajak is getting, because I'm the last person holding on to, what it means to be the Wheel of Fortune, like classic Wheel of Fortune, whatever. But no, good for Vanna. I mean, she's a god awful host, so hopefully Seacrest doesn't pass out on air like he did when he was had exhaustion on Ryan and Kelly or whatever. But whatever, babe. She's also worth, I think, about $85 million. So if I were her and she doesn't get this, just fucking retire. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're 63 years old. Like, quit if they're not going to give it to you. How much longer?
Well, it's a good move. She can retire if they say no. It's like, whatever. It's like, you may as well go for the bag. And she does deserve it. This is not like, and look, I don't feel bad for her. She makes $3 million a year, but that is like, in the context of hearing that, like, she should make more. She's not like I guess in terms of like similar things that like what people do to her, it's like if she was just holding like one briefcase on Deal or No Deal for like a little bit, then maybe I'd get, but like, no, she is 50% of the show with Pat Sajak. Maybe you could argue more screen time wise. Also, I know this is like saying, hey, your team should sign Giannis, but Glenny, like, I feel like Ryan Seacrest would be like the perfectly really awkward Sunday conversation. Like
Seacrest.
Oh my
he would
God.
be like, I think it'd be that, because do you agree? Like Sunday Convo, my favorite ones are when it's like they get it, but sometimes like they half get it and they half don't, and it's like that kind of awkward that giggle that they get, and
he's so media trained too. Like I feel like
I think he'd be too media trained. Like when we
think he would be,
he was literally too media trained to do it.
The winningest coach in Super Bowl 56 history.
I like that. I like how you worded that.
Sean McVay.
There you go.
Do you believe in concussions?
Yes, I do believe concussions are real.
Do you think concussions are stupid?
No, I do not think concussions are stupid.
What about people with them?
Definitely not. I think that some of the effects of concussions can make you a little bit impaired, but definitely don't think people with them are stupid.
Is that easier to coach a player who is concussed? Just a little easier to control?
Well, sometimes it can help guys get out of their heads. No, it's not easier. We want to try to avoid this. Try not to make it a laughing matter, even though you're making a laughing matter of it.
I've been laughing one time.
Okay.
Were you laughing?
No.
Who?
That's fair.
Like Sean McVay, like he was too media trained.
But I think that like works in a way. If they try and not be in on the people who are like trying to like be funny, like if Seacrest is just deadpan and like you're asking him shit,
it would be interesting. Like I still think I still think the McVay one turned out well, but you could tell like as soon as the camera rolls, he just went into media mode.
Yeah.
I
feel like Seacrest may be the same way. I think people said that Seacrest only makes $28 million. Is that true?
That's alleged. Like no one knows how much he made.
I would have thought Seacrest is like in the $100 million a year range.
Dude, he's worth how much money do you think Seacrest is worth? A fuck ton, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars.
That man just works too much, dude.
Ryan Seacrest.
I don't understand.
These are not always accurate, but it says he's worth $450 million.
And doesn't I don't know if he's still doing it. Wasn't he doing a gig where he would like fly to New York and then fly to LA like every day or something?
It's crazy.
Yeah, stop working, Ryan Seacrest.
No, it's not.
You've done it.
Travel. Wasn't he literally doing like a radio show in New York and then like a LA show at one point? Like going every day?
That's like Michael. Like I'll never understand that. I guess it's money, but like Michael Strahan made millions. And then he retired, and now he does more work than he did on it. It's like he works more than when he was doing the thing that made him famous. It's like crazy to me.
Yeah.
He wakes up at 4:00 every morning to go host GMA. That's insane.
The work schedule. His life is awful. Michael Strahan's life is terrible. Michael Strahan has an awful life. He works so much. He can't enjoy his money.
I agree with like that with any of these sport players. Why do they all want to do this?
I don't know.
Like I saw today, JJ Watt's doing it. Jeter's on the MLB panel right now. CBS.
Tom Brady,
like Brady, Ortiz, A-Rod, Jeter, all of these literal superstars with hundreds of millions of dollars. Why do they still want to do this?
Dude, imagine winning 7 Super Bowls and then signing away another 10 years of your life.
Like, I obviously get it if it's maybe some sort of business you want to start, some passion project, but why do they all just do the analysis thing? That breaks my brain.
Probably because it's easy. You just get a stat sheet put in front of you,
Peyton,
know
obviously.
the game, and then you're just like, it's just like plug and play. But it's like the demanding schedule.
Crazy.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Michael Strahan. I'm just picturing Michael Strahan like the Hello Darkness, and he's just like, fuck, I can't get out of this loop. I can't stop. I gotta go design more suits for JCPenney. Fuck.
No one has a worse life than Michael Strahan.
New Jersey man facing $2 million fine after cutting down his neighbor's trees. He was cutting down 32 trees in his neighbor's property because they were blocking his view. Estimated cost for replanting was up to $1.5 million. Penalties reach up to $400,000. I mean, I don't know, like being fined 1.9. I feel like a fine is always significantly worse than what the cost actually is. I feel like 1.9 mil based off of 1.5 mil total to replace the trees doesn't seem that bad. But still, that's a crazy
move. Worth it, you know.
So here's the thing: each tree that you cut down in this particular town in New Jersey is $1,000 fine. But what's tacked on top of that is fines by like the Agricultural Society. And then you have to plant a tree that is equal or greater size for each tree you cut down. And you have to water it for 2 years. So that's where all this cost comes from. But the reason that this guy cut it down was he wanted a view of New York City. Like, but you could only see like the very, very tip of the Freedom Tower. So he cut all these trees down to get the shittiest view of New York City that you can only see on the clearest day. But I will say this, any confrontation between two neighbors, it doesn't matter how much money you have, immediately puts you in the white trash category. You are white trash if you argue with a neighbor 9.9 times out of 10.
Yeah, in fact, apparently a few of my neighbors actually recently were getting into a fight. Someone's landscaping, they were watering the grass and it hit the guy's Mustang. Apparently there was a fight. I missed out on it. My dad told me about it a few months ago. I was so jealous I missed it.
Oh, you're hitting a Mustang with leaf.
I think they put like a Mustang on, and then some the Mustang's owner's wife put on Facebook like, "This is how people landscape."
Oh Jesus! I want to get in that Long Island Facebook group and just fucking troll. I'm in one from my hometown. It's called like People of Franklin or something, and it's just townies complaining about like the most non-important arbitrary things you can, but it's about like this person's watering their lawn on an odd day, or this person's watering it on an even. And I love the drama. It's like the third floor Slack at Barstool. I can't get enough of the drama.
You do jump in there sometimes with some stuff in the third floor Slack.
Oh, someone ate someone's lunch the other day on third floor Slack.
Somebody ate someone's lunch. Joey. Yeah, you did. You did say. What did you say to Joey?
I said, Joey, I told you not to do this. People are like stealing lunches on the third floor. It's a battlefield.
I actually, my family used to live very temporarily in California, not in one of the big houses. We're not a rich family, but it's a huge community. They live in like the regular houses. Coda de Casa, which is where all the Real Housewives of Orange County cast members live, like the original ones. My mom's still in that Facebook group, and she says all these just rich housewives, like it's not like they're like, hey, I'm selling X furniture here. They will say like, just come take it. There's like free, just ridiculous, lavish, like we don't need it, just come get it off our hands. Like that. Some of these Facebook groups are bananas. Just insane.
Well, that's what KB used to troll in the Facebook groups. That's like one of his like things how he got started. But no, it's Facebook is a very sad place. If you're looking from the outside in, it's funny, but if you're in there like getting busy, it's very, very sad.
You'll still have some stragglers who, because like I still have people who post like, you know, their babies and stuff. They do it for their family, which is like totally normal. But then you still have some who still update their status, like it's the old like Glenny is blank, where they're like eating a good lunch today. It's like, all right.
Hell yeah.
Can't believe Joe! ! Sleepy Joe. Last one. Penis filler medication apparently skyrocketing in popularity. This seems like a horrible idea. They're known as P shots, which needs a new name. P, not like PE, just the letter P. They increase dick size by 1.5 inches. the effects last for more than a year and a half and are entirely reversible. Prices range from $11,000 to $20,000 for a full round of treatment, depending on the. This just seems like procedure can take 10 to 20 syringes. This seems not worth it. This seems not worth it no matter what size of dick you have. This seems crazy.
You said takes you have to stab yourself 10 to 20 times?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm out on that.
That's for like the length of the treat. So you probably go back a bunch of times. I know porn stars, if they want to get really, really hard, they jab themselves with some sort of needle in their dick. But I don't think you could pay me enough, and I have an incredibly small penis, to add an inch with 20 needle. It's just not worth it. Like, I'm over my dick as it is. Like, do I really need the length? Like, no. Do you need the girth? No.
Quote, I feel like I'm holding a baseball bat. That seems horrible.
Be absolutely brutal.
That doesn't seem like a win for the man. That just seems like a nightmare.
An inconvenience.
You got to buy new shorts, you got to buy new things. That's just out on that. No need for that at all. Last rundown before break. Anything else we forget about?
Dude, The Office is
torn up.
Yeah.
I don't live there anymore. I live in California now.
You know what's going to be, Pat?
It's going to be like, you know how when you walk in, like by my me and Joey and Large's desk, like I guess there's still going to be some desks there, but like where everyone else, like Big Cat and Brandon and like all the way over to like where John and Kevin's desk are, I guess that's going to be like couches and like tables and shit. So I think they're turning it into a cafeteria. It's kind of what it sounds like. But I don't know.
What if they were like, they bamboozle all the content? People are like, yeah, there's going to be like this cool hangout section. You can like couch and stuff. And it's like, nah, it's the third floor's cafeteria. Fucking stay out of the way.
As long as there's a fountain soda machine, I'm completely.
We're getting a fountain soda machine?
No, I wish.
Well, I bet if we pushed it. Why would you?
I'm sorry.
It's probably best that we don't. It's best that we don't.
But I got to note something here. And Coca-Cola, big sponsor of the NASCAR podcast. I think the two of you agree with me. I know they have like the Coke freestyle. You can do all the crazy stuff. I like the traditional side-by-side Coke, yes. Diet Coke, Dr. Pepper. I like the traditional one. Nothing else comes out of that nozzle but Diet Coke or Dr. That's the best fountain soda possible.
Yeah, I don't
really notice the difference enough, honestly, than from that and the Coke freestyle. I think the freestyle is good.
You know the name of it? It's called the freestyle. I don't want to do it's too many clicks. I don't want to work a computer to get a cup of soda. Just give me the ice and let me put my cup under there. There's too many options. Everything looks the same. It's all red. You actually have to read. No, give me the regular old.
I would enjoy seeing the stats if anybody's ordering those crazy flavors they got.
Yeah, yes. Like someone's ordering like the ginger Mr. Pibb. Like I don't know how many people are doing that. All right, well that's it. I guess if you're watching, this is the last rundown, like we said, until after July 4th. Enjoy your July 4th. Be safe. Watch NASCAR July 2nd from Chicago. Load up on some nooners. And enjoy the sun, hopefully. Unless you don't like the sun, then enjoy inside.
Retweet on all 4 fronts.
Yeah, and be careful of fireworks. All right, everyone.
Yes.
Have a good 4th of July.
Happy 4th.
Deuces, gang.